Sorry. Sorry, I was doing a tangent about how
Hello,
fucking
hello,
crazy
hello,
this was.
everyone, and welcome to Equinox, where we get to have fun stories.
Hello, hello.
Ah, hello, Internet. How are you this evening? I hope you're well. I hope you are well rested, well fed, and well watered down. Either way, I hope you're doing well overall. So, how's everybody this week? It has been a couple of weeks since we showed up, so I hope everyone's doing an okay job at surviving these troubled times.
I am ecstatic.
Woo! We love ecstatic.
I am also full of static.
You're a cat. That's understandable. Unfortunately, we will not be joined by the the incredible Richard Feynman tonight because, in a very confusing turn of events, Kevin is picking up Kevin's wife from the airport at some point tonight. So we will see what becomes of that. Either way, yeah. Who remembers what happened last time? Like, it was 3 weeks ago. So who vaguely remembers?
We
I don't
killed
wanna make the same
things, we
Oh.
put things apart.
Last session we beat up the one that should not be. I think that's what it was. I think that's what his fancy
The
name
thing that
was.
should not be.
The thing
Zenzabelli.
that should not be.
Zenabelly.
Zenibelli.
Yeah.
That thing that
We
happens
finally
after you
got
eat too
around
much,
to
Chipotle, apparently.
Ooh, I don't
we
wanna talk
finally
about
got
it.
around we finally got around to sending his ass back to the Shadow Realm.
You did, and he did leave some stuff behind that took a bit of convincing for Habaru to pick up to be like, "Ooh, star medal.
Ooh, loot.
I
Loot.
don't want to touch that dirty stuff. Oh, yes, I do.
Maybe I do want that dirty star." Everyone likes their dirty star touched. Anyway,
You've gone there already?
I am
Wow.
okay. So,
I
I
may have been
believe
pulling a robot man apart too.
you were pulling a robot man apart. Arashi was
Telling me off for pulling a robot man apart.
Arashi also took out good old necromancer himself with the capitalized T and N.
Oh yeah, he's got
He
a
did that.
necromancer smoothie in a jar.
He did have that.
He was already dead when I got there.
Yep. Necromancer
I guess-
smoothie in a jar.
Yeah, I wonder who
I
did
guess-
that to him. Must've been someone really
guess the-
strong.
I
Yeah.
guess it's a big jar, so I guess it's more like he's fermenting mead.
I mean, you're
Necromancer
willing
mead.
to
The
you're
only
willing
thing
to taste it if you would like to. Give it the old lick.
the only thing I
What-
could were those two influences.
You did. You also took out 2 influences, which led to Wicked being like, "Hey, maybe we don't do that." Like, yeah, sure, it means you've made me number 1 social media influencer darling in purgatory, but maybe you shouldn't be killing my competition for me to do it.
It wasn't for Wicked's benefit.
It wasn't for Wicked's benefit. There you go. So
was for
Wicked does
Feynman's
not have to
benefit.
feel guilty. It
Feynman's
was for
benefit.
Feynman's benefit. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they threatened him.
Yeah, they did.
I
According
saw
to
it.
according to Feynman, which has also meant Wicked's like, "I need to have words with Feynman." Because apparently we need to be very careful with how literal we are with the strange snow elf. So,
Nah.
um, so yeah, at a loss of things to do, we have the news. Would you like to hear the news? It'll give
Yes.
Dusty time to figure out what he's gonna do for Brax Bronxton later. Oh, shit, he goes, "I forgot about that." Okay, so it's been a while since I've done this. Good morning, Moonblight. I'm Misty Challenger, and you're joining me for the 3 p.m. news. A strange illness seems to have overtaken the amassing piles of corpses that have been left in the wake of the alarming uprising that plagued the city. City officials are baffled by the decaying necrosis that seems to have spawned on many of the bodies, leaving bizarre, dark fungal infections on many of the remains. Allegedly, in one of the cases, an investigating researcher from the local temples has been reported as mysteriously vanished after encountering one such infection. Individuals who witnessed the encounter claim to have seen a dark void appear near the body, and both the corpse and investigator went missing after the darkness passed. All that remained was a strange symbol that authorities are claiming are the demonic sign of an ancient church known as Steve. Authorities are warning the public to stay wary of the bodies and not to interact with the corpses, while officials try to remove the remains, despite what is being called by the Imperium as a direct terrorist attack by the demonic insurgents of the Lightbringer. The Imperium advises all civilians to trust in Imperium officials and reminding the people of Moonblight to follow the rightful requests of Imperium forces. The famous Hallowwood Weaver family of the tree have been summoned to the city in an effort to remove the mounting dead, in what is seen as an effort to undo what is being called a curse of colossal proportions. The Hallowwood family is an esteemed hag family known to be famed curse breakers, and while the Imperium regrets to having to resort to archaic and outdated methods, they have accepted the offer from the well-known Fae clan. Again, officials advise all civilians to report any desiccating corpses to 666 Imp Death for assistance. Warehouses in the shipping district have been thrown into upheaval after what is being called a vicious attack by rebellion forces, which have left several guards injured and deceased. Thought to be the work of the notorious Shadow Moon Wolves, Imperium officials confirmed that the thieves stole more than 2 million credits worth of weapons, armor, and provisions in a bid to arm themselves for what is being called an effort to undermine the safety and security of the city. Many of the Imperium leadership is speculating that the insurgents are planning to align themselves with the well-known terrorist organization, the Covenant of Erist, that has taken foothold in Lisnair. More to come on this story as it unfolds. For more news, entertainment, weather, and traffic updates, please follow us on Facebook, Hex, TwigTalk, and Hextagram. I'm Misty Challenger for 606.9 PMD, home of your local news. So, you
Someone
guys
turned
are in
the
the
radio
bottom.
down. It's very loud.
Yeah, there is a radio in this little laboratory where you are attempting to take apart a metal man, Sabata.
Yes.
For archaic
Well,
methods, they're
I'll put the
archaic.
arms and the legs so far into my hat.
Yep. You watch as this red hat with a feather, you watch as just this disembodied arm disappears into the void within.
I nearly got it all. Don't want the chest. It's got a big hole in it.
So yes, you are in the remains of the library, watching Sabata take apart a dead body. Well, you guys know it as a dead body because the robots here, the automatons, do have souls and whatnot.
Sabata,
What?
that I'm not gonna stop you from, you know, taking parts of an automaton, but y- y- you know that's a person, right? That's like me killing
It-
someone and then taking their bloody stump of an arm with me.
Were you going to use that arm for anything?
No, I just thought you should be made aware in case someone gives you, you know, some huff or fuss. Some people treat automatons kind of bad because they're not organic, and some people really care for them and they hate to see their bodies be treated like this. So,
But I have been doing research. But if somebody has lost an arm in an accident and you take an arm from another dead body and put it on them, that is okay, yes?
depending on who you ask, is the arm like proportional size, or is it like a tinily like a comically tiny arm?
Well, I mean, it depends what the arms available, but I've heard I've been doing the research on the little screen thing, and yes, they have done that. They've transplanted bits and pieces from dead people onto other people. So is
Oh
this
yeah.
not the same?
Body
Is
grafts,
not this?
to a very small degree, yes. What you're referencing of sticking a metal arm on a person is not a body graft. That's just what, an augment, I
That,
guess.
Well, if I
that's
put it on an
technically yeah.
automaton has lost an arm, then I am a hero. Yes.
Uh,
Important thing is
yes.
consent. Important thing is consent. There's like paperwork
Yeah.
that people will specify that when they die, they want to donate their parts to for transplanting and stuff.
Or
But
the
this,
opposite, do not use my body. I want to be buried whole with all my organs inside of me.
well, his organs are all amazing.
Well,
All the more
that's
reason to
that's what I'm
believe that
saying.
all the more reason to believe that it probably wasn't willing.
Well,
Yeah.
then I don't want him to go to waste.
He
He
wants
could
to go to
save
waste.
someone,
He doesn't want to. That's his choice.
but he can't make a choice now. He's dead.
He made a choice
Right.
before he died.
Did
We've
you
been
know
here
that?
before. Yeah, we've actually spoken with him before.
And what did
yeah,
he say?
no.
Let me die.
So
Please,
he
for the
didn't.
love of God, mercy kill me. He didn't
Okay.
actually say
So,
that, but
so he wanted to die. So therefore, he didn't say anything about don't use my bits.
Gotta put the
no.
arm down.
What are you doing, Arashi?
Just watching them deal with Sabata.
I haven't stopped
I know, and
Pulling
I'm
him
not
apart
stopping.
while you do it while we're talking.
I mean, I already gave my 2 cents to Sabata last time, but I said to Sabata, I'm not going to stop him, but I'm just remembered my rules. And I've already had this, this consent conversation, which Arashi just finds amusing that people need consent to be killed. So, uh, um, so he's just sitting there in the corner, just smiling and ignoring all of this.
Fine. I will take the head with me as well. I will activate the head, and if it tells me I can't use his body bits, I won't
No,
use his body
don't,
bits.
don't reactivate him. He doesn't want that. That's the one thing we can absolutely say. Do not reactivate him. We did say, hey, we can get him help, and he said no. He was tired. He didn't want to be alive anymore. Don't do that.
Okay, so I
Honestly,
can use his
you
bits
honestly
then.
you can't reactivate him anyway. He's dead.
Yeah.
The soul's left the body.
I've seen priests bring people back together, and if you're saying these automatons are like people, then we can bring them back. Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
but I
Okay.
don't have.
Hang on.
I don't know that kind of magic.
Let's not talk about how easy it is for someone to bring back someone. Yes, we
The
can bring
major reason
someone.
you can't resurrect this guy is he's missing his core.
Yeah,
But
he's
let's
got
not.
critical parts missing.
Yeah, vital parts.
Let's not
We
pretend
could-
that it's just you can go to any one person and they can just resurrect any one person. All right, let's not oversimplify resurrection here.
We could like stretches like rubs her head. I think we could use a break.
I
A
yeah,
vacation, honestly.
I
We
wouldn't
could
say
get.
vacation, but
I would
Well,
say vacation.
I don't consent to a break. I want to do the next task. Where are we going?
Yeah, finish with this
Have
guy.
you
We can go now.
have you ever had a break before, Arashi?
I have broken many bones and still continue to go.
yeah, no, not what we're talking about. We're recuperation is kind of what we're referencing.
You do that while you travel.
Okay,
You do that
view
when
it
you
as
travel.
us gathering materials for the fight. I don't know, man. Just
No, I think Arashi would go crazy if he had nothing to do.
we'll
And
we'll
Crazy is not
find
what the right
something to
word is.
do.
we don't want to be going crazy, do we?
No, it's not very pretty.
I could use some downtime.
We are dumb. Ah, I did it, Arashi.
Very true. We're currently staying here doing nothing. That's 15 minutes downtime so far.
What do you want to do, Wicked?
This is a city that you guys have never been to. It occurs to you.
I haven't
This
been
is
to
a
any of these
city.
cities.
This is a type of city that Arashi and Sabata have likely never seen anything like before.
And don't want to because I don't want to stay here. I want to go back
I
to my
do.
own time. And
I
the
like
worst
it
thing you
here.
can do is let a Sabata loose in a modern city.
What?
There are numerous sites that you can show these strangers to your time.
Arashi, I'm going to ask you a weird question. How do you appreciate life?
By breathing, every second is a gift, for it can be snatched away at any moment.
And what do you do with it?
For me, I have purpose, I have task. For others, they find joy or things such as that. That is not my life.
Not your life because you chose that? Because you said you've been doing this since you were a child, right?
Yes, it is all I know.
Have you ever tried living any other way?
This is what I was raised for.
That's not what I asked.
There is no purpose in wasting time.
Yeah, there is.
If you enjoyed it, then it wasn't a waste.
As I said, it could end at any moment, and I have a lot to do.
You have a lot that people have told you to do.
Pretty
Because
deep.
I have a lot of people relying on me.
They'll
You
be
can hear
there
like
when you get back.
you can hear like
Last-
camera clicks in the background.
Besides, you hear that. You see what he's doing.
Rashi, I'm gonna let you in a little something that I'm learning a bit more myself. Not being selfless isn't inherently selfish. Live for yourself a little bit. Be greedier. I've lived my whole life for other people. I want to live for me for a while. I'm going to enjoy every second of my life that I have.
Well, you can do
Because,
that.
like you said, it can be taken away at any time.
And that is my job normally. And the large portion of the people I killed were greedy, self-indulgent people.
That sounds sad.
All right, they're taking lots of photos of this guy in case we find his family.
No. Sabata.
And we can show you. We can say, look, here he is. We found him.
No, you don't show someone a picture of their massacred child and go, I found them. That's
Yes,
mean.
I agree.
But that's the
sounds
same as
mean.
going to the coroner's, isn't it? And we say, you need to come down here and identify the body.
Well, no, generally you hand the
No.
body back to them. Maybe you should take all of it to hand it back to them.
No,
All right,
no,
I'll do
no.
that then.
Stop.
I'll start
no,
dismantling and putting the
no.
rest of it into my hat.
No, stop it.
Wicked starts walking out the door.
I'll be with you shortly. These
Just
In our clan, we like to have our dead returned to us.
Torso is very hard to get into my head.
Yes, and again, if you want to take the automaton's body, that's fine. Just don't be surprised if people give you a lot of fucking grief over it. Okay? It's like hacking off someone's limbs and carrying them bloody stumps around in your bag, and people might get upset about that.
Oh, well, I must admit, the last time we did that Sabata, we posted the limbs, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
It was
Oh
a
my
message.
God. You guys are psychopaths. Okay. I just
It was a different time, Habaru.
okay.
So much easier than carrying him yourself.
Oh, plus, it was a message.
Oh, yeah, what it was.
It was.
Habaru, I say, what do you say, like 3 days?
Oh, sure. I actually need Sabata's help on something.
You do?
Yes.
I am here to serve. What do you need?
If I hand you something, will you give it back to me?
Eventually, yes.
I want to make something,
Oh,
and I
I'm
hear.
already on board. What do you want?
Well, I don't know what I want to make with it. I want to know what's possible. I will, against maybe my better judgment, hand Sabata the Tarask horn.
Oh, interesting. See what we could do with this.
I've been told this comes from a very powerful magical creature.
You could make a trumpet that summons things. That could be.
I
good.
was thinking. I'm not gonna lie. I was thinking of making a little war horn out of it.
Yes, we could
Trumpet
do that.
of
We could
Tarask
summon things.
summoning.
Yes,
Oh,
that could be good.
yes. Because that will
It might take maybe a
totally
trumpet.
not hurt.
You still got
Um,
the egg
or-
in the bag of holding, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, just making sure.
Or maybe not something to summon, but like, I don't know. If only there was a way we could find out what we could do with this magical item
You
and
could
turn
make
it
someone.
into.
Could
You mean
deafen
like
people
look
with
at
it.
all of the source books I've given you for this stuff?
Tegan.
We
I
could
don't look.
Start digging. Start digging, man. Start digging.
We could attach it to your helmet. You could charge people with it. You just name what you
How
want to
big-
do with it. I can do it.
How big is the horn again?
I
Um,
figured it
it's-
was like.
It was like it was a small small Tarask. So definitely not full grown. So juvenile.
Like only the size of an entire body? Instead of 3 times his body?
Yeah, something like that.
I
Scary.
guess I need to go look for the book on enchanting, I guess. I mean, is that what I should be looking at for?
Player information? No, hold on. Where's the resources? Making recipes. Craft
I
and
have lots
crafting.
of designs. I have lots of designs for lots of things.
Crafts? Where's the crafts?
Kibble's Compendium of Craft and Craftsman.
I just looked
That
at the
sounds good.
Kibble's Committee. Oh, the
Yeah, player information. Let's see.
So you wander up into the library itself and actually start using the library for its intended purpose. You go looking for books.
Ooh.
Books. Why does it always have to be in books?
Yeah, we find Kibble's Compendium.
Yeah, you do. You find Habaru does find Kibble's Compendium. It is with the rest of the trade style books that also teach you how to unplug a toilet and all sorts of other things. Um, you know, various devices and whatnot to, if you need to reset your automaton toaster or something like this, all this kind of stuff. There are a number of books here. Some of them look well worn, particularly the section um, about the romance categories and whatnot. It seem well worn and borrowed. Uh, I'm assuming Arashi and Sabata are wandering around, less than pleased.
In the
I-
corner, my eye twitching at the mention of 3 days.
It's all right. I'm showing them designs of my upcoming designs for my projects. I've got the web slinger. I've got the cat drops. I've got the rowboots.
And yeah, you got all these plans, but you still haven't done my bow.
Ah, fine. I'll do your bow.
As
Ah,
you are sitting there, Arashi and Sabata, just roll a perception check.
Now, how this is going to go?
Arashi, you're super perceptive. You always are. Sabata, not so much. You're too busy looking through your sketchbook of all these designs you've got, uh, starting to look at the design that you're conceptualizing for Arashi. However, Arashi, you notice that there is a strange box just outside of the room that is making a strange buzzing noise. It seems to be lit from within, almost as if magic. And there seems to be a number of bottles and sacks of things inside it that seem to have bright labels and whatnot on it. Every now and then it gives a kind of metallic rattle as a touchpad to one side seems to be flashing some writing that says, enjoy ice cold. And then it scrolls across to snacks. It seems to have a slot for something and buttons in numerical order, but you're not
It-
really sure.
What is this, like rolled in by itself or something or other?
Yes. And it's placed itself against the corner, just outside of the room.
Let's see. It's flashing. It's making a noise. It says ice cold. Yeah, Arashi's got to do it.
Arashi's xenophobia continues. As
Depends.
Arashi lifts,
Did it see me? Because if it didn't see me,
it doesn't have eyes.
yeah, well, yeah, it's
It's an it's an automated vending machine.
Can't trust him.
has the sneak attack. Yeah, so
You shoot an arrow into it, it punctures the glass. You hear a strange pop noise as the little clatter of potato chips crunkle down into the bottom of it. It doesn't seem to move.
ooh, wicked
I
mage
defeated
hand
the
with the
bomb.
potato chips.
They're sour cream and onion.
Nice. She starts eating the potato chips.
Oh, it's not a bomb.
No,
Bomb?
it's just a snack
Sabata
machine.
perks up.
Of course he fucking does.
Snack machine.
What's not a bomb?
Yeah.
This
A
thing
vending
was-
machine.
It was flashing.
Do we
and
want to
making
make the bomb?
noise. And it's
It's just
threatened me with saying it was ice cold.
How is that a threat?
No.
Well, it was just saying I was going to be ice cold, I thought.
No.
No, the drinks.
If it was saying you're going to be ice cold, you would think it would say you're going to be ice cold, or I'm going to
You
make
watch as
you
the
ice cold.
sensor says, "Enjoy ice cold," basically. Enjoy ice cold snacks.
You know what happens when you don't ever take a break? You attack everything that just even winks at you. Because you're so
Wow.
strung up.
I've seen you blink at least 500 times since I've known you, and you're still breathing.
Somehow.
The bottles inside Sabata seem to have strange coloured liquids in it. Some are blue, some are bright fluorescent green. There seems to be a particularly dark, almost black one.
Are these like alchemy machines?
No,
No,
they're just
they're
other flavored drinks.
vending
Ooh.
machines.
There is also along the top row some large, strange tin cans. One that has Monster on it that seems to have the picture of a teeth. There's Demon Brew. There's
If you open it, does the monster come out?
No.
No.
I mean, okay, I'm going to teach you something that you can use as a prank to others, or I'm giving you a lot of power here, okay?
Okay.
So you better not use this against me or Wicked, okay? Because we're friends, and friends don't do this to each other. I will grab one of the sodas and vigorously start shaking it. And I will hand it to Sabata. All right.
Savada, you have no idea what they've done because the idea of carbonated drinks doesn't exist for you.
Is that how you mix it?
No, don't ever do this. Right? Hold it up to your ear. Do you hear how it's like fizzling and popping and crackling?
Yes. These
You
Yeah.
don't have to hold it up to your ear, Savada. You've got quite good hearing. You can hear the psst.
Yeah, so
And it's
if
very
you
cold. It is very cold in your hand to the point that there's condensation on the outside.
So is it like a grenade that you throw it at someone? You said it's a drink though.
You're kind of not wrong. Here's the thing. When you open a normal can, nothing really happens. But when you open this, because it's been shaken so much, it wants to shoot out of the can, and it's sticky. And so I imagine this would again your fur would be unpleasant. So don't open this. It'll make you
Okay.
not happy.
I know what you can compare it to. It's like champagne. Champagne
Yeah.
would be there. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
So
like champagne.
this stuff
Yeah,
is
but
pretty
this
good.
is
Maybe a
like
little bit too sweet.
It makes my nose tickle.
same concept. This is just non-alcoholic and a lot more sugary.
Yeah.
The bottle, the bottle of the strange blackish liquid does appear to have the picture of a grung on it. It's called just Croak.
Nice. All right.
I have a
Well,
question.
Yes.
speak.
These things have replaced normal street vendors?
No,
Yes and no.
we still got plenty of street vendors. This is just for someone who wants to buy some and then have them in different places. It's just for
Yeah,
this is just like a side hustle, someone for to make extra money.
it's for convenience. That way you don't have to have vendors inside every building, but people can still have access to pay for stuff like this. Sandwiches, snack items kind of can also be in some vending machines as well.
So you still have people on the streets with carts?
Yes. Yeah,
Oh
and
yeah,
Yeah,
you
we-
missed
some
the
of them
dragon.
are
You
really
missed the
talented.
dragon dog guy. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Some of them are, in fact, because of vending machines like this, have decided to really hone their craft and really make a good meal or good snack or whatever it is. Street food is the category all of its own nowadays, and it's actually very, very good.
To look into this.
Fascinating. How
You
does it
guys
keep it
Actually-
seem to
cold?
take them
And
to Ellie's.
I start to
I
pull the
just
machine
thought-
apart because I want to work out how it keeps it cold.
No, stop. You cannot pull everything apart, Sabata.
Why not? How am I supposed to find out how it works if I don't open it up? Is this an
My-
automaton?
Google! My
Excuse me.
Are
man!
you an automaton?
Excuse me, this is a library. If you want to know how things work, might I suggest a book? You hear from across the hallway where at a desk you see a strange gentleman sitting. Savada. Oh god, where is he? I gotta make sure
Yeah,
Arashi can
Habaru,
see too.
Yeah, Habaru, we're in a library. Keep your voice down.
This guy.
I am gonna have a nuclear meltdown.
And that just means we really need this break. Arashi, I
Mhm.
just thought of something that even you can do to relax.
The librarian sighs and gets up. Is there something I can help you all with?
Oh, we met Nox last time.
Yes.
Oh yeah, we
Um,
took care of the thing in the basement.
Oh, wonderful. Means we can
Yeah,
go
for, like-
down there and store some books back there.
yeah, maybe like bring a priest just to like sanctify the place. Just just because.
Do you know any appropriate knowledge priests?
Are you saying there isn't one in this town you can reliably call upon?
He's
I
asking
am a
if there's a
man
particular
of
priest he should call.
learning. I do not pray.
I
think he's asking for a suggestion.
mean, isn't there there's an arcana. There's a knowledge temple. My dude, literally just call over there and be like, "Hey, can you like send someone?"
Fine.
If
Can
you're
I
not too
help?
picky about a god.
I mean, can I help you and your rowdy friends, though? As it
Do you
is,
have
we're going to have
blueprints?
to. We
Do you
do have
blueprints?
blueprints, but I will also say I need your name and number so I can. So the drink company can be reimbursed for the damage you've done to their machine.
I would have stopped Sabata before he actually got to do it.
Yes, I am
Pity about
Sabata.
the fucking arrow in the front of it.
Oh right, that psychopath. Yeah, he gets to pay out of pocket for it.
I have a
I'll
question
cover
for
it.
you.
Yes, my name is Sabata, and I like the number 5.
Oh, Rashi, what was it?
I have a question for him. So you wish to go down and store things. I assume you didn't go down and store things because of the black tentacle creature that was down there.
It seemed inadvisable.
So you're well aware and quite happy of the dead automatons that were down there. Why are you pulling them apart?
It was not me. It was one of the research assistants who have since been dealt with by the Imperium.
So he had permission?
No, not really.
Oh yeah, that crazy bitch.
Yeah.
Yes,
Her husband was an owl.
Unbeknownst to us, we were not made aware until the Imperium seized her studies that there was a secret chamber.
Then how are you storing stuff down there if you didn't know that existed?
You would have walked through the storerooms, sir.
I'll be
Yeah, I
back.
don't think there's a gotcha to be had here.
There was a storeroom that you would have walked through to come back up here.
I just reef my arrow out of the front of the droid.
Now,
I'll leave my
if
number.
you would like blueprints to the vending automatons, might I suggest this stack? And he hands you a card with
Wait.
a series of numbers on them.
I was gonna
What?
say, do you have like a PDF we can download? Because if you give them a physical book, you'll probably never get it back.
We're welcome to offer him a library card. We are a library.
Right, but that's what I'm saying though. If you give
But if you would
him a
like, with the library card comes the subscription to the online services.
okay, that could be good. Yeah, there you go, Spada.
All right, come over
Okay.
here. There's some paperwork to fill out. And he
Paperwork.
slides a piece of paper that is a library application form asking for your full name, your date of birth, your residential address.
Oh god, date of birth.
Yep.
He just he just he just takes
And
the
and
restriction
Sabata,
off the scroll wheel.
he hands you yet another strange contraption. It looks like a pen, but there's nowhere to dip ink. It seems that it has a small ball point in the end of it that seems to have ink on it.
It has ink stored in it. Fascinating. It's not a fountain pen, is it?
No, it's just a straight ballpoint pen.
Okay. Damn.
Fountain pen would be diabolical to give you.
uh, uh, is this for me to keep?
No.
We would prefer that you don't after the whole debacle where we had to have them chained to the desks, but we found that people
They took
ended
the
up just
desks?
cutting through the chains.
Oh, okay. That would be smarter.
Yes, well. Yes, if you would
Yes,
fill
I
it
will
out
be
once you give it to me, I can put it in for processing. We can take a photo and I can give you your data card.
I'll put down my actual date of birth. 60,000 years ago.
He just like goes to the select year, he just keeps scrolling.
Scrolling.
Your address
hey,
probably doesn't exist
I forget what
anymore
I'm
either.
doing because I'm having too busy much fun scrolling.
while he's doing this, I'll just quickly tell Knox, hey, man, you're going to see some weird stuff on this form. Just roll with it.
You
He
mean weirder
is
than I
honest to God.
usually see by working in hell?
Maybe.
Anything that I should be aware of?
They're really old.
Yeah.
So are half of the residents in hell.
Yeah, this is like pretty
These are
old.
probably your oldest
like
people
honestly
you've met.
pretty old for this city. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know about that. We do have some
Whole
demonic
city.
members which are significantly in the age.
Do you have a year or an age?
What's your favorite?
I mean, surely people died before me if this is hell.
There are plenty of dead here, and undead, and in between. I wouldn't worry about that. As
Okay.
long as you put your accurate birth year and
Oh,
your
it will be.
residential address, everything is fine.
You know what, Sabata, let me help you out, and I'll take the pen, and Hob will put in his own address there. That way, if anything you need to get mailed to you, you can send it to my family, who can notify me.
What do
Don't
you
abuse his
mean?
power.
What do you mean we have millions of dollars in library debt?
Millions of You know what? I'll just buy the book.
All right. Next thing we need, just on this pad here, and he holds up a little white cube. Just your thumbprint, please, for biometrics.
Biometrics.
Just put your thumb on it. It's fine.
Wait. No, hang on. Biometrics for a library card, dude?
It means that we don't need to have two-factor authentication.
What if we don't want to opt into biometrics?
What's biometrics?
Arashi, you'll hate this. It's where they scan your thumbprint and your DNA, and they can just know it's you at stuff.
That is so cool.
No, it's a way of being tracked, and Yeah.
Are you gonna give them your email for 2-factor?
Oh shit. I can make a junk email. No,
A junk
I don't
email.
need to make a junk email. Sabata can.
I
He's a
mean,
grown
you
man.
guys you guys have done biometric stuff anyway. You've got bank cards.
Yeah, and I hate it. Here's the thing. We have biometrics. Sabata doesn't have biometrics yet. He's not in the system.
It's not in the system.
Look, he's not.
Put my
He
fingers
puts
on.
his thumb on.
Yeah. There you
Um,
go. I'm in a system.
you don't feel anything. There's just a bit of a bright light, and in the moment afterwards, Sabata, you look up and he's holding this strange device to his eye. It's just a really, really small, like, again, cube-like device that seems to have a lens in it, and he goes, "Smile," and you
I'm
hear,
smiling.
and as he does so, just next to him on a little strange white box, you just see a card spit out of it with the name Sabata on it, your very awkward photo, and like a
Somehow it does this when it comes out.
and it has, instead of any details or anything written on it, it's just a uh now I can't think of the name of what it is. It's just a little design pattern, basically.
Yep. The QR code.
QR code, that's the one, thank you. And he hands it to you. Right, do not lose your library card, but the
I
number
don't
on
think
the
it
back.
printed properly. There's no writing on it. It's just this pattern.
Use your phone to scan the code. It will open it to the app, and it will be open to your account, and you can scan our library and
I look at it
access
with my
all of the
glasses,
books.
and it starts coming up on his glasses. Oh, this is so cool. I am in the system now. I am very happy.
He's a very old engineer. He's not very modern tech savvy, but he oddly adapts very quickly.
Might I suggest you keep him away from Splicer's Lane, then?
Splicer's Lane noted. Thank you.
No, not noted. Denoted.
Arashi, what are you doing during all of this? Beyond continuing to look at the strange machine that ate your arrow.
Oh, I pulled the arrow back out of it. I got my foot on it. If I have to yank on it or do whatever, I get it back out.
You yank it out, and it does pull out, and you notice that there is a strange, crinkly packet that seem to have those little pale wafers inside it that fell out that Wicked ate. But you've got a whole packet stuck to the end of your arrow.
I'll just put the end of the arrow towards Wicked so she can take the packet off it.
Let's see. I got sour cream and onion. That's what I got. What was it?
Yeah. It's a packet. It's the rest of the packet of the sour cream and onion chips.
You try it.
No, thank you.
No, give it a try.
No, thank you.
No, do it.
It doesn't look very appetizing.
Oh, don't be a baby. Try it.
You know, to your sensitive nose, Sabata, it smells faintly milky, like buttermilky. These little pale wafers.
I'm not a chicken, and I'll eat it.
Your pupils get huge as your senses taste MSG for the first time in your life.
Everything I have ever tasted, even better than solid milk.
It has a creaminess to, like, a weird creaminess, like, despite the fact that it's crispy, it's got that same kind of sharp cheddar kind of flavor that you love about cheese. It does have an underlying powerful taste of onion spice, but it's in a really nice way, and it mixes really well with this cream kind of flavor. But it is the most intense flavor you've ever had before.
This is the best. What's it called again?
potato
sour
chip.
onion.
Sour onion. Okay. I have found my new favorite food.
The food as a whole is called potato chip. This is just a flavor of it.
I need to really stress though, these are not good for you, for your body. They're very bad for your body. You can eat them in small quantities and be fine, but don't eat too much
they're
of
a
them,
treat.
or
they're
they
a
are a
treat.
treat, not a staple you should eat every day.
Okay, but why can't I eat them every day?
because it's bad for your body. Make
Yeah.
you not fit in
It's a-
your armor real
It's a treat.
fast.
It's how you get like a stomach ache from eating too much sugar.
Do you?
Yes.
That's what I've heard. But yeah.
Oh, okay.
Do you
Eat
end up
them in
trying some
moderation.
arashi?
No, I have just watched his eyeballs just go to town. And as you know, Arashi's very
The last time you've
boring.
seen something, the last time you've seen something like this, one of your friends back home had gotten into a strange drug, and they got a lot of energy.
Yeah, and like, I'll, especially with Habaru's point of it, not good for you. I will pass, thank you.
All right.
Do
But
you
you do gotta try
contemplate
some of
any
the.
of the strange potions, Arashi?
Arashi drinks one potion, and it's clear and it's cold and refreshing. His water.
Is
I
it?
can't even tempt you with cola in this
No.
world.
No.
I was gonna say, are you drinking the equivalent of the white Monster energy drink?
I think it's just water, my dude.
Oh,
Iced
okay.
water.
It's just
Just
Okay,
wait.
because it just sounded like he's drinking like a soda.
No.
He's
Straight
almost
water.
just like. I just
Straight
drink
water.
water.
And he
Yeah.
has soups and vegetables and fruit and occasional bit of meat, but that's it. There's
Sabata's going to go wild if you ever take him to Owlie's. Sabata's built for this world.
I don't think the world's built for Sabata though.
No.
Ooh, okay. So I think we have a plan. All right. So
What are we doing?
maybe let's see. So Arashi's gonna go crazy if he doesn't have anything to do. So
Well,
I'm thinking maybe head to the beach, and I've done it.
Big chips.
And maybe while we're there, we can Rashi. Maybe we can find a way for you to relax by you learning a new skill.
my downtime would be training, or if I need to relax, I can do some meditation. Going crazy isn't exactly me not doing anything. It's me not beating the crap out of something.
why don't you join a fight club?
Because that
Be
is,
introduced to the other fighting styles of the world.
see, now that I could get into learning different styles that I don't know.
There we go. All right.
Yeah, we could put on like training videos.
Or
Training
just
videos.
yeah, no. I think Arashi is only going to be satisfied with flesh hitting other flesh. We need
I
to take
don't
him to a
know.
gym.
You could.
That's what she said.
What? I don't know. Yeah, Tegan did say that. I don't know.
Flesh hit the other
I
flesh.
so badly wanted to use Sarashi to martial arts films.
Exactly. Come on. He
will-
might really enjoy cinema, especially
Well,
old kung
okay.
fu movies.
Okay, hang on. Above the board, as players, is there anything we want to get done
R&R.
currently?
I don't know.
No.
I've got things to build if we're going to do 3 days. I'm going to start building stuff.
Okay.
Of course you
I would like to also try to get something built with Sabata's help. So that's what Habaru would like to do. And also try to sell some things, but I don't want to roleplay that. I just want to do that and just say, hey, I sell this stuff.
Maybe first day or two we narratively say that we're working on things.
Yeah, you can say that.
We can introduce Arashi to a gym with a fight club type
You know that there is
boxing.
a fight club / betting ring that is run by the Shadow Dagger Collective, which is the Assassin's Guild here in Moonblight.
Okay, yeah, I'll tell Arashi that. Hey, man, go meet some
Yeah.
some colleagues and see how you compare up to the modern day folk.
So yeah,
My clan.
No, not your clan. Let's make that clear now. Other assassins.
Assassins. Where
So,
is
yeah,
this assassin den?
Okay, I'm gonna make this clear now. Unless they say you can, don't kill anyone.
This world is stupid.
Please.
You don't normally
No,
consider
it's
kill.
not.
it's just a
Not
lot
killing
more.
people.
It's just a lot more business oriented, I guess.
It's not even
Like,
that. Our capacity to destroy has it's never been greater at any other point in history, but we choose not to. Is that not a world worth fighting for?
But granted, that's what I fight for.
Okay. Then why are you dissing the world we currently live in? That's what we're trying to do. Most people are trying to do that, mind you. There are absolutely people who would love to just see the world burn.
But even in my world, what I do is in the shadows. We're not known. We're not public. We're not.
That's not true. Your family did go public.
I.
Did they?
I could buy stock in your family's company. I don't, that doesn't get any more public than that. Besides, like potentially racy video that they may have done with their significant other in the back of a mobile van.
I don't think they did that. You may see at least the name. There is possibly stocks in some kind of goods, for example, that you could purchase, like like Trader Joe's or something like that. But in terms of a publicly listed assassins guild that is Arashi's clan, no, there is no
No,
record.
no. I know they're not publicly listed as an assassin guild, but you said they own like a farming company or something, or like a
Yeah, they own
yogurt
a farming
company.
company. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm referencing.
You wouldn't necessarily have connected Arashi's clan to it, though, if it were not Arashi going, "Hey, this is an assassin's clan."
Yes, that's what I'm saying
Yeah.
though. But
That
Arashi,
bit they very much downplay. That is not well known.
yeah. Why don't you also spend some time just looking up the history of your family the last 1,000 years from what you can publicly find?
If I go back, that is knowledge that I do not wish to have.
Okay, that's fair.
very
Though-
responsible, honestly.
I'll look at it later for him.
Though I am confused of this assassin fight club thing.
What's up?
Would I know you're busy with Sabata. Would you be able to come with me to begin with Wicked to make sure I don't cross a line I don't understand?
Sure, I could do that. I was planning on going with you anyway.
Yeah, we got to bet on you and make a lot of gold.
I don't really like fighting.
You
for
know me
money.
so well. I mean, I could just keep your share if you don't want to fight for money.
Well, I get very competitive, so if you need me to win, I will win
Yes.
at any cost.
Okay, see, that's where we got winning.
Well, we'll see the rules. When
Does
we get
have a
there.
limit.
We'll see the rules.
Yeah.
We'll see the rules when we get there.
Yeah.
We'll see what rules of engagement they have.
It's odd having rules of engagement. Well, no, not entirely. Training, I understand. Mind you, that is why I got banished, but I might have broken that rule a
But-
little.
Think of it this way, right? The most, and correct me if I'm wrong on this, that you could do at any one given point in time to people is the people who are directly in front of you, right? Most of the time. Especially with a sharpshooter like yourself, anyone who's within your bow's range is fair game, right?
True. I mean,
And that's
depends on the combatant. I mean,
Mhm.
those two individuals went down in the one
And,
flurry.
yeah, and I wasn't joking when I said our capacity for destruction has never been greater than any other point in time. Entire cities can just be wiped off the map in an instant.
I'm assuming with less individuals involved. We've done that before.
All it takes is to press a button, and
Yes.
hundreds of thousands or millions can link out.
Not very personal, that.
Chemical weapon deployment has also never been greater. Biological threats are always a threat. It's scary, man. But you can live your life in fear, or you can try to live your life and make something of it.
Mm-hmm.
So, uh,
Speaking of making a living, let's go check out that betting pool. I mean, fight thing.
yeah.
I love the fact that Wicked's like, I'm gonna make some fucking money off this bitch.
Hell
I'm
yeah,
gonna hustle some
gambling.
motherfuckers.
It's
Let's go
gambling.
gambling.
That's what Wicked wants. Gambling.
Um,
You can drop me off somewhere so I can start, but you don't have to let me know what you want with this horn, and I can start working on it.
well, I'm gonna be with you as we're working on it. I'm not.
You're gonna
It
be
was
on
just-
my shoulder, are you? Oh, it's so boring when people do that. It's annoying.
When people do what?
Oh, they're over my shoulder.
Oh no, man! I just want to learn from you. I
Oh,
think you're scaled as much as you are eccentric.
Right. So
Am I?
we spend 2 days
Yes.
doing our own respective things. Then we meet back up at the beach for
No,
some good read.
I don't know about the beach part, but yeah, meet back up, sure.
You do know, Harbury, from being here in the past, that you can go and spend some time at the Obsidian Blade Blacksmith, that Eulith there will allow you to have access to her forge.
Yeah,
If you
and
want
I got no
reminder
problem
of
with
that.
that. My main thing right now is I'm trying to figure out what I can make with the Tarrasque horn, because the Kibble's Compendium does not tell me at all.
Oh yeah. So let's see.
Doesn't.
I
Well, no, the
think
compendium's like, oh, you want to make this specific item, you need these specific things. And I'm like, great, that doesn't tell me what I can do with a Tarrasque horn. How I can enchant it, or how to enchant it.
It's more of a case of what would you like to do with it?
Well, that's what can I ask for? Like,
Whatever
where's
you
my
would like.
limit?
There is no limit. You ask me and
Your
I tell you what's
imagination.
achievable.
yeah, you come up with something and see if you can
Yeah.
make something work. What's an idea you got?
I don't know. Uh, uh, I guess make the horn into like a war horn type thing, and it gives, I don't know, temporary hit points or something.
There is a
Alright.
possibility for that, considering that Tarrasques do have regeneration abilities.
Oh, I think they also have like a super powerful roar too.
Yeah.
Ooh, that'd be cool. Like a Tarrasque horn that does like a roar.
To the roar!
Hero. The roar.
Yeah, so that's.
Yeah.
I mean,
Now you're cooking.
no,
Yeah, you
okay,
just gotta
well,
have a
Cooking
thing.
with Tarrasque. Cooking with
Creativity.
Tarrasque.
well, sure. I would also love a sword that like dances for me and wields itself and never misses. But that's
I don't think
exactly.
you can afford that.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I think it's a little bit. I think it's a bridge too far. But that's like just my thing. I just don't know like what I can like reasonably say I want to do.
You can
Slash,
reasonably discuss basically anything, and then you and I may end up having to talk about, well, hey, you're gonna need to go because what you want to achieve it, you're gonna have to go on essentially a quest to get XYZ
yeah.
additional ingredients.
Like for
So
instance, like I want an oath bow, but for a sword. But that's gonna be hard because that's a very powerful item. And so it's
yeah,
like, all right, cool.
very
I need to go
powerful item.
hunt
So
down.
therefore, you've got to go do stuff to essentially
Yeah.
earn it.
Which I'm fine
So
with that. That's
yeah,
what I want to do. But okay, yeah. Um, cool. So, uh, yeah,
So
spot.
So basically, for the rest of the afternoon, at least from the library, you and Sabata separate, and Wicked takes Arashi. Feynman disappears to do his own thing for a time being.
Probably to
Um,
terrorize the dog cart guy or the dragon
probably,
dog. Yeah.
probably. Um, have
Mhm.
you decided where you're going to
Oh,
stay during the evening?
Oh, probably the inn we stayed at last time. Let's see if they fixed the door with the hole in it.
let's see. Where was that? Where was that? Hold on. It was the
It's on
Blue Moon
the
Tavern.
yeah, Blue Moon.
Yep, the Blue Moon.
Did we make our obligatory Elvis Presley reference when we stayed at the Blue Moon?
I don't believe you did.
All right, well, now we know we need to.
Okay, so you agree that you will convene at the Blue Moon at a certain time. Don't know when that is yet. Um, but you both go your separate ways as the day passes and whatnot, and it starts to get darker here in Moonblight. As you are on the monorail, Sabata and Habaru, you watch as the town gets darker, Sabata. But as it gets darker, all of the streets start to light up with this orange light. All of these glowing and flashing advertisements that are just appearing holographically everywhere around you. We're talking like Times Square, like
He is now pressed up against the glass, face squished up against the glass, just looking wide-eyed.
you see all number of things like advertisement blimps, as well as, like I said, the holographic advertisements and whatnot. As you're making your way down to the Obsidian Blade blacksmith, you pass over several walls, including past what appears to be a very well lit up, bright white, very imperial looking building um, in the center of town that seems to be surrounded by very ornate gardens as well. It looks expensive, Sabata.
What's that place?
Ra, apparently.
Curse of
Place,
Ra.
son of Ra.
It's this place, Habaru. This is for you to tell him where things are.
Oh, um, how many people are on
Ooh.
are on this train?
In this particular monorail cart, there's, I don't know, maybe 15 to 20.
And
That
they're
is
all
the
watching you.
yeah.
No,
That
they're
is
kind of all doing their own
the
thing. A lot of them have headphones on or reading or listening to stuff on their ECs.
High Inquisitor's residence.
He's inquisitive.
Unfortunately, yes.
Inquisitor was a thing in your time. Shut up.
Okay. Where did he get all his
Spada.
money from?
Spada.
Hmm.
I'm gonna ask you something, and I really
Okay.
need you to bear with me on this.
Yep.
Don't
Okay.
don't mess with the Inquisitors.
Okay.
There's a lot of buttons you like to push, and a lot of things you like to take apart. Don't go near there.
Are they jerks or something? I'm not being coy about it either when I'm saying that.
Nobody's
first
giving you a second look. You're allowed to have your own opinions.
Yeah, they're huge dickheads. They also kind of run everything around here. So if you want your stay here to be not unpleasant, don't get on their bad side.
Okay. They're like the
Yes,
local
Habaru has an opinion.
constabulary, police.
Oh, God.
It's technically Wicked and I are part of that, but we don't want to be per se. We're trying to keep it on the down
Just
lows.
across the aisle
I
as
think
you mutter wicked under your breath, like the person across the way just kind of gives you kind of like a side eye. Just both of me roll a perception.
My
I-
favorite.
I fucking knew it. It's like that scene at the end of the John Wick movie where he he lets out a whistle and everyone in the park turns to look at John Wick.
Oh.
They're all agents. Every single one of them.
Harbour is too busy warning Sabata.
Yeah, 13.
Sabata, because you're not really paying 100% attention to Harbury anyway, you do notice that a couple of rows behind you, there appears to be some girls who are kind of like muttering to each other, looking at that strange little picture box in their hand and looking at Habaru and being like, "Yeah, I swear it's him. Yeah, no, yeah, pretty sure it's him. You should go and go say hi."
Why are those girls looking at you?
God.
Sabata, you can hear them muttering, going, "Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure it's Habaru. Yeah, Habaru. Yeah, no, it's not Esku Igoret. Igariet. Yeah, I know. He's so much hotter in person. Yeah, I didn't think he'd be that buff. Wow, the pictures don't do him justice. Yeah, go ask his autograph."
It's so tempting to throw myself out of a moving train. How far below is the ground?
Significant.
Will it kill me on impact?
Yes.
It's so tempting.
Are you famous or something?
One of the girls gets up and comes over. She's got like a little notebook, and she's like, I, sorry, I know that you're like out and about and stuff, but can I get your autograph?"
Sure, bud. And Haparu will be nice about it, and he will sign his a rough rendition of his autograph, not one for one.
Can we like can we have like a picture?
It's $5.
No, Sabata, stop. No, it's not $5.
What?
No, Sabata, stop it.
She was
You could
like
make
about to
money
get
out
some
of
money
this.
out. She would have been like, "Oh yeah."
No, it's sure.
She hands you the EC with the phone app open, Sabata. Do you mind taking the picture?
Oh, sure, no worries.
Roll me a wisdom save. Please be good. I actually kind of want you to fail this because this would be hilarious.
What are you talking about? I've got an expertise in engineering now.
I know.
Just make sure you don't swipe left.
You realize that
my-
there's a moment before you take the picture that you realize that you've accidentally swiped it, so the camera's flipped and you're looking at yourself, and you're like,
What the
it
heck?
takes it. You take a picture, but then you're like, oh, and you figure out the button. You turn it back around and take a passable photo. It's a little blurry, but you do take the photo.
There you go.
Are you also a hero?
Nope, just an
no.
out-of-town friend.
I am most definitely a hero, yes. And maybe you have
Nope.
heard of me.
Nope, not at all. He's
Are you
not a
training
name
a
is-
rookie?
My name is Sabata.
When is your rookie card coming out?
He's not a hero. He's just an out-of-town friend. He's
I'm not a
prolific
rookie.
liar.
I'm a full-blown hero. I have saved the world many times.
Okay.
It's like a Saitama situation.
Thanks for the photo. She kind of goes back to her friend saying, "I told you it was him. He's kind of grumpy, but that's what makes
Don't you want
him so hot."
Ant-Man's? Don't you want Ant-Man's signature?
You pick up
It's
the
like
after. Go.
It's like Saitama. Like it's like Saitama's like, wait, well, I've saved the world tons of times. Why don't I have a fan club?
You catch the tail end of their conversation, Harbury, that they're like, "Yeah, he's kind of grumpy. Yeah, but that's what makes
Yeah.
him so hot because he's unattainable."
Jesus Christ. I hate
Uh.
teenagers.
You finally reach the outer ring and you make your way to the blacksmith. However, across town on a different on a different monorail heading towards the Shadow Dagger Collective, uh, Arashi, you and Wicked sitting quietly on the monorail. Again, the lights get dark. You see all these bright lights and advertisements come to life. You pass what appears to be a crumbling coliseum that has fallen apart. But as you get further and further into the outer ring, you start to notice that these lights get a little less close together. The advertisements are a little bit flickery, like they're a little bit broken, and they don't get it repaired as often.
You know, I've never actually been to this place before.
Well, that's promising.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
You
Yes.
pass the opening to a wonderful park. Sorry, you go.
And why have
I
we not
mean-
been in this area before?
I never really had a reason to come here. Let's see. Hold on. Which part would it be in the city? Like,
So
no, it's
you're like over here. Actually, you'd be on
this is
this
dark
line.
enough.
Yeah, you'd be
Oh, there
over
we
by
go.
this line. Yeah.
Here we go.
So when you would have passed the Colosseum, it would have been about here.
I
You're
mean, this is
heading
just where
over
all
here.
the holy places are. I don't really come over here too much. I was really surprised there's such a good dragon dog place up here. I gotta come up here more often.
Dragon dog?
Yeah. Well, it's just the name. It's just the name of the place. I don't think it's actual dragon.
It's actually Hydra, mate.
Alright, so there's... Okay, there's no actual dragon, so there's dog.
No, it's just called that because it's shaped like a certain kind of dog.
Very well.
Yeah, they're just sausages.
Ah. Yes. Well, why don't they just call them sausages?
Just a fun name to sell more.
Very well. I suppose you need to be enterprising in these times?
Yeah, especially the small business owners.
Very
On
well.
this monorail.
Yes.
On this monorail, you're having a similar experience. You notice that there seem to be a couple of fans who have recognized you, Wicked. However, while they're you see them kind of hesitating to actually approach you because they seem to lock eyes with Arashi and sit back down.
You seem to have people following you.
Hmm. Oh, I think they're just fans. I wonder
Then
why. Oh, I see. He says she takes a another look at Arashi's face, like, his
Yeah, the
his
resting
scary,
bitch
serious
face is really scaring them off.
I
Could
don't
also
know
be
how
the
you
Sorry,
do it.
continue.
Having that
Well-
many people watching or following me is... And they're not even doing it to me, they're doing it to you, and it's still irritating.
Well, it's like Haber said. It's an age of both unmatched destruction and peace. There's a lot more trust and reasoning between people. It's how this whole society functions.
Funny thing is I still believe underneath it all, it might not be my clan anymore, but there is a organization that works where no one else can see it, doing probably terrible things.
Well, that's always been the case. At the end of the day, you don't really need to believe or disbelieve in a spooky, scary shadow government that's controlling everybody and doing all sorts of terrible things. You just believe that about the regular government. They're just as much as
But as you so put it, why I don't have fun is because that's my world. I live that so others, such as yourself, can have the fun.
No, I guess I do respect that. Honesty, in a way, it's more heroic than what I do, honestly.
That's where you're wrong. I am aware what we do and what people in that area do is terrible. I have done some horrific names in the ideal of peace. Not names, or horrific things in the ideal of peace. And that is my cross to bear. That is my burden. Because I can. Not many can.
You're right in that department. Not many can. Not many aren't willing to do that sacrifice. But even now, just for a moment, wouldn't it be nice to just pretend that you didn't have to? Give yourself that choice?
Problem with that is a moment lapse in judgment means death. So for me to switch off and, as you say, enjoy myself. And if I enjoy myself, that becomes something on my mind that I wish to do again. That is a distraction. That is a moment, a second of a distraction.
It becomes a hope.
And a hope gets people killed. Unfortunately, I've seen it too many times.
That sounds like survivorship bias. You've only seen the hopeful be killed. Usually
Yes,
the
I
ones
have.
that without hope die off quicker.
No, I don't think I have hope. I have a goal. And I have my honor.
Then you might not live long enough to see it through.
And that is
Live for
something that I'm prepared for. Do you fear death?
terribly.
Fear failure. But I don't fear death.
That's because you don't have much to live for. Once your goal is done, you're done.
True. But I'm not so foolish to know that this is a goal that will ever end. One
I
day
suppose
I will
that's true.
die with a sword in my hand, the same as I was raised. Question is whether I see it coming or not.
The little light above the door comes on, telling you which stop you're at. Which it's the stop at this intersection just here. So you know that your stop's coming up, Wicked.
Can I ask you a favor real quick, though?
Certainly.
Pretend to look relaxed. Pretend to let your guard down. You can keep your guard up, but just lean back a bit.
He
Lean,
gives you
lean
the
on the.
most horrifying smile that's forced on his face.
Okay. Look the other way. Look. And she's gonna look relaxed and basically see if she can make him look less scary. So
Roll
they'll
me a performance, Arashi.
This is not going to go well.
Or it could go really well. We don't know. The dice gods might bless you.
Can I? Am I assisting? Does he get? Oh, never mind. Doesn't matter.
Somehow he appears more stiff.
Yeah. No, you're not good at this.
He appears so stiff that even his hair seems to have
If
toughened up.
if my appearance is chasing away your fans, I can follow you from the shadows. They'll never know I'm there.
You watch as these girls, they're quite bubbly looking young adult women that, you know, they're well put together and everything. But and they're kind of getting scared off by Arashi's appearance. However, as you go to get off of the monorail, there is actually a girl near the door. She's wearing a black sweater with the sleeve pulled down over the hand, long dark hair. She appears to be an ombrask of some description. You can see her 6 eyes that kind of blink. She kind of has this slightly melancholy aura that kind of hangs about her, and she's just like, she looks at you, Wicked, and she's like, "Hey,
Hey.
like, can I like get your autograph?"
Oh, sure.
Yeah, I thought you were like just another one of those ditzy adventurers that, you know, just do it for the looks, but clearly you're training with someone who's got taste. She kind of gives you a look, Arashi.
Oh God, a goth teenager. Truly the worst combo in this instance.
A goth umbrask teenager.
Which means she's seen death and she's taken its voice.
Yeah. This isn't
Yeah.
my
Oh, yeah.
voice. This is the voice of death.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Don't let his dress fool you. He's super one with the darkness.
Yeah, totally. Because how else would he be? A light in the infinite void.
Yeah, that is what he does. Who am I making this up to?
Yeah. I like your boy.
Oh,
Thank you.
And your mask. I know we can get some really cool, like, skull masks if you want.
mm,
No.
who are we making this out to?
Audra.
She's like, Audra? All right. She's like, she's like, all right, no, this is getting a little weird. Take it to a pill, girl. He's like twice your age.
You are 12 years old.
She's at least 18.
Yeah, probably has still baby fat in her cheeks.
You Cool. I'll keep an eye out. I'm sure I'll see you around.
Probably
Oh,
not.
not a chance.
She looks like she's about to ask Arashi for his number, but I'm assuming you shove him out the door before that happens,
Yeah.
Wicked.
Yeah.
You make your way onto
Alright.
the platform and down the stairs.
As we're going
You've got
down
a
the
little bit of a
stairs,
walk to the Shadow Dagger
as we're going down
Collective.
the stairs, I'll put my fork back in my pocket, and I'm going. Thought I might have to use this.
Are you gonna eat her? What?
No, I found it
You
to be
had no
very
way.
useful in taking people out. And they were generally everywhere. So this place has these stupid bendy. Oh, what? It's ridiculous. They just snap.
Well, yeah, it's for eating. It's a utensil.
At the base of the skull, it is a great weapon to impact and stab them into the brain.
That goes for a lot of things.
True. But they don't see it coming.
You
Well,
make
that's
your
not
way
an
down to
uncommon thing for you. She
you
says
make
she's
your way
pushing
down
him
to the
to the
street level, and it is quite dark and scungy in this area. You notice that some of the alleyways do have a bit more shadow than normal. The advertisements are definitely like a few years old, and whatnot. Just the random ethereal connector providers that you seem to get. There seems to be various uh, convenience stores that seem to say that they're open 24/8 and things like that. So, um, and there's just this vibe that it's a slightly rundown area, definitely a lower economic area. But you do finally come across a building that the sign is deliberately made to look like it's a bit rougher, but it does have spotlights right on it, as the Shadow Dagger Collective. As you realize there's a couple of bouncers and, ticket keepers out the front, um, that seem to kind of look very big and imposing. Um, you do notice higher up in the windows, Arashi, that, there are a number of, what appear to be armed guards just kind of watching over this, pavilion area out the front of it, just kind of keeping the peace to make sure that no, fights are breaking out or anything by disgruntled people who have lost money and stuff like this. It simultaneously, Wicked, makes you feel kind of uncomfortable while also simultaneously making Arashi feel right at home.
Okay, so what's next? Because I'm quite sure your vision is very different to mine. My vision says that they're a trial, that I need to get through the armed guards and everything silently, leaving no trace.
No, they're just there to make sure people who, I guess, a little bit like that. They don't really need a trial. They just sort of measure you up and then decide whether or not you're able to go in.
And you can go put your name down on the books to attempt to fight.
Yeah.
All right. I'll crack my knuckles.
All right. Just follow my lead.
Very well.
You walk up to the front door and a couple of the bouncers, very tall, orcish looking gentlemen kind of look down at you. Can I help you?
Yes, I got a fighter here.
Oh, all right then. He scratches the side of his nose. Then you're looking for a Varad. He'll get him all sorted out.
Alrighty.
All right, head on in. Okay. Don't cause any trouble. That weapon, he looks at Arashi's bow, doesn't come out. Got it?
Doesn't come out where?
Just leave it stowed.
Very well.
They
What
let you
about
through.
these? And I'll draw some blades.
If you're
She's
permitted to use them, Varad will let you know, okay?
Very well.
Yeah, she's
I
like
have
she's like slapping her hand, like nope, nope, nope.
Alright, in you go. You make your way through the hallways until eventually you see a gentleman, um, an incredibly tall, about 8 foot tall Goliath gentleman with bluish skin. He's got pointed ears, glowing eyes, wearing what appears to be a very cushy looking suit, kind of stalking around. You can tell that he's got lots of silver chains around his neck. He's wearing a watch, several rings, bracelets. You do see that he has an augmentation to his wrist, as well, glowing under one of his sleeves. Um, and he sees you kind of fighting through. Wicked, he sees you first because you are a candy-colored, uh, showstopper of a woman in this place that is clearly very dark and gungy. You do notice that a lot of the fighters here are very battle-hardened, torn clothes or darker clothes. Um, a lot of them are bruised up or, have scratches and welts and whatnot on their faces and whatnot. So he makes his way over to you, his hands in his pocket. Well, 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 what do we have here?
Hello.
Oh, the darling of the Imperium has come to try her hand at, showing that she's not just a fluff piece.
Something like that. More he's showing he's not a fluff piece. I'm just here for the betting.
He turns. And who, may I ask, are you?
a fighter.
Oh, we have many people in this place who are or claim to be fighters. I can see that you have weapons, but oh, what can you do?
Is this the time that I demonstrate Wicked?
No, just tell
No,
me what you do, and we will decide if one, you are going to essentially just get your ass beat in the ring, which means that we will, you know, put your odds at a lot lower to win, and then if you prove yourself over a couple rounds, obviously you will be higher to win, the favorite, and you will make a considerable amount of money. Yes?
I'm not here for the money.
Unfortunately, part of Imperium rules mean we have to pay every fighter for every fight because you are providing entertainment. It is that or we pay twice on our taxes, and I don't like losing money.
My money will go to Wicked.
I don't care
yay.
what you do
All
with
right.
your money as long as you get paid.
Well, that's who you pay.
I don't care if you're
Everybody wins.
paid. Anyway, so what is it that you do, Elfman?
Yeah, it's a description.
A description. Um, kill people?
So do half of the fighters here.
I think he's more like a description of your fighting style.
Um, a how to just. I don't want to say the clan's name. It's a martial art.
Yeah, he's a martial
Okay.
artist. He's an archer, sword fighter.
Okay, well, we don't have much room for archery, but we can take a sword fighter, we can take martial arts. Are they the pansy martial arts where you just disarm, or is it the type where we, aim to kill?
Aim to kill generally.
Oh, nice, nice. We haven't had any of those in a long time. Interesting, interesting. Have you any formal training?
Yes.
Oh, yes, okay. And what is your line of work normally? Apart from acting as Madame's bodyguard.
Um,
He's under NDA.
I
I can
mean,
only imagine how confused Arashi looks right now.
He has no clue.
Okay, so miscellaneous fatter who kills people. Okay, well, that at least means we can put him against other assassins within the guild and know that it will potentially be interesting. Interesting. He is very, how you say, delicate looking. Should we be concerned about broken bones or just being overly fragile?
No, he's fine. He's a big boy.
Not on me, he's not, unless there is more underneath those robes that I need to know about.
Yeah, is
Yeah.
there more we need to know about?
Arashi's confusion grows.
Yeah, what's under the robes, Arashi?
What are we talking about here? Maybe this, and I'll draw out my spare sword.
And that is a mighty impressive sword. Fair enough, fair enough. We cannot, obviously, judging by that, he is quite naive. We cannot sell his sex appeal. Okay, fair enough. Little man, do you want a different set of clothes or uniform so we don't get your pristine white all bloody in the ring?
No, I'm happy with this, thank you.
Are you sure you don't want our newbie set? We have a lovely pink color that we allow for the newbies to wear.
I
Ooh, you
will
might look nice in pink.
bite my tongue at that one.
I love it when Clint's not paying attention to what we're saying. I set that all up for him. Damn it. Arashi's being
I-
taunted with pink training uniforms.
Don't
Yeah,
think
I
you
think
wear
he's
it.
fine then.
All right, well, we will put you against the newest, but at this moment in time, we are probably looking at 100 to 1 to win. You will be paid 50 gold if you win, and if you want to continue in the rounds after that, we can allow you to do so. How does this sound?
What are the rules?
Everything but death. It's bad for business to lose assassins.
Very well. Everything but death.
Well, that and no bows. We do not like bows. It is a coward's weapon.
Oh no.
Ooh. Ugh.
Yeah, you will notice, Wicked, that Arashi goes very stiff, and there is a hand going down to the pocket with the fork.
Wicked's face just.
If you're going to kill someone, at least do it face to face so they know who killed them. Give them an honorable death by at least looking death in the eyes, no?
You have your own beliefs. Anyway, let's get started.
Okay, so he kind of indicates to a little booth where you can take Arashi to get prepared for his fight. We'll just take a quick 5-minute break.
Yep.
What were those odds
And
again?
we'll
10 to 1?
100 to 1 to begin with.
Fuck yeah. Hell yeah.
And on that note, we're going to quickly take a break, so we will be back in 5 minutes. See you then, guys. Welcome back, everybody, to Equinox, a Dungeons & Dragons game featuring these lovely people. And with that, I hope you had a good break, and we come back to truth, and nothing but the truth. Take it
Alrighty.
away, Brax Bronxton.
Hello, I'm Brax Bronxton, and you're watching Godzooks, your number one source for nothing but truth, truth, and more truth. Supposedly, a mysterious rot necrosis disease has been overtaking these corpses that were left behind after they rose from the dead and tried to pursue their old lives. And apparently, this strange disease just so happened to have absorbed and made it and investigated research or disappeared as they were investigating the bodies. Sounds to me like the Imperium is hiding something. It sounds like they discovered something in the zombies that they didn't want known, and they made this man disappear. And it just so happened to left a demonic sign. Sounds like propaganda to me. I think we need to look into this deeper. Everyone, find the nearest corpse that you can. Look into it. See what you can discover. Stay sharp and stay vigilant. Keep asking these questions. The Imperium is cracking. This is Brax Bronxton signing off.
Keep it real, Brax Bronxton. We need you to keep it real, buddy. I think he's onto something.
Yep, we better.
Church of
Hear
Steve
that,
mentioned.
You hear that, folks? The disease isn't real.
Everybody steal a body. So, we come back to the Shadow Dagger Collective. We're Avrashi. You are in your little booth where you can hang any belongings, store any belongings that you don't want. It can be locked when you are not in it, as you've got a locker in there. There is another one of those strange glass-fronted contraptions that appear to have bottles that claim to have water in them, as well as a rainbow myriad of colors of different things that seem to be called henchade, um, in various colors with flavors like sour apple and berry blast.
Well, I'm not taking any of that, but I won't lock my stuff up either. I am reluctantly, because no bows, I take it off and then I give it to Wicked.
Oh. I'll keep it safe.
And I'll pull out my sword and focus on my sword for what's the time frame for that? Because when's my first fight?
Your first fight will be in the next 10 minutes, enough time for Wicked to go place bets.
Okay.
And somewhere, Sabata's going, for some reason, I feel very jealous of someone.
Nah, I'm sure you're fine, buddy.
Yeah, probably you're right.
Alrighty.
So, Wicked, you go find a bookie. A gentleman who seems to have a nicely coiffed moustache. He looks at you as you make your way over. Ah, a famous one I see. Oh, how much would you like, little lady?
200 in the fellow with the white mask.
Fellow with the white mask. We don't have a name for him yet. How about someone as pretty as you could give our new fighter a name?
Let's see. I gotta look at his sprite again. Oh, are we still on the break screen?
Nope.
Ah, my stream is just very delayed.
Woo! Love that for you.
There we go. Let's see. Okay. How about the go? No, not ghost. I might be insensitive. Uh,
The white demon,
Spectre.
the white ghost. All of them seem inappropriate.
Those are all people here. How about Goldilocks?
If you think Goldilocks can turn everything to gold, we can certainly do that. We can certainly do that. And if he improves, we might even call him Rumpelstiltskin.
All right, Goldilocks it
Ye-
is.
You watch as
Should have
he
gone
types a
Golden
number.
Goose. You should have gone
Ye-
Golden Goose.
You watch as he types a name in, and you watch as Goldilocks comes up. And it's like, all right, hand over your money.
She will hand over 200, I guess, credits.
Yep,
200
you
gold.
tap your card for 200 credits. Okay. So, he gives you, you end up with a little cling on your EC as you get a little text message telling you you've placed a bet.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, they do. So you make your way
Lovely.
back to Arashi as Virat comes over. All right, whenever you are ready, Goldilocks, you're first up in the ring. He gives you a nod and wanders off to go tell his fighter that they better get ready. As Wicked comes back, you catch him, Virat, refer to Arashi as Goldilocks.
Goldilocks.
Yeah. You didn't give them a proper name, so that's what I just put down.
Okay. Is it code for something?
No, it's just because you have gold locks. She like switches your hair. No other reason.
It's, white. He pulls it out from the hood.
Oh, I guess it is more white. I thought it was like a platinum blonde. Maybe it's just the lighting.
It's fine.
You hear the crowd starting to cheer uh, for someone called Thunder Death, and you guess that's your cue to go down to the arena.
All right. Here goes.
Arashi,
Put my sword back in its sheath.
Fuck, should have gone with an anime reference. Damn it.
you make your way down to a cage in the middle of this tiered setup. There are bright lights shining down on top of this cage. There is not an inch of dust, mist, sand in the air at all, Arashi. You notice that the mat has a slight spring to it, and the cages themselves are wire all the way up to the top. It's not completely enclosed in. There is a gap at the top that is like a hole, but it does come up and it curls over so that basically you'd have to climb up and scale across the top of the roof kind of thing to get out. But yes, it's got a bit of a spring to it. You notice that within this cage as well, there appear to be 4 bollards that seem to have a kind of rope attached to it. Um, and there are 2 doorways that are currently open for you. On the other side of the ring, you watch as a halfling gentleman enters he is built like a brick shithouse. Like, he is almost wider than he is tall. he is muscle on muscle. You can tell that this little creature has almost negligible body fat, just judging by his muscles. And you notice that he has daggers strapped to his ankles, his calves, his thighs. He's got a little bandolier with little what appear to be throwing daggers across it as well over his bare chest.
Okay. So what's on the bandoliers?
Little throwing daggers, basically. Kind of
Oh.
similar to a kunai.
Yep.
He has a mohawk that seems to be dyed blue as well.
Motion detected at the doorbell.
Okay.
Wonderful. There's someone at the door. Andrew's dying. Apparently that really tickled Andrew.
One of
It's
the
just
orcs
funny,
is a
Tegan. You
cyborg
mean-
woman. Who would have thought?
Yeah, who would have thought?
What,
Oh,
what are the
Sabata
orc-
already got AI on his phone. Crazy.
An orc cyborg woman was one of the
Is
bounties.
at the door. We just hear screaming and Clint's never heard from again. Would you like robots? We'll give you robots. So do you enter the ring, Arashi?
Yep.
Okay, as you enter the ring, a very attractive elven girl in what appears to be very, very tiny clothes closes and locks the gate door behind you, Arashi.
Okay.
And for you, you have, even though your community is very chaste, even when you were out traveling the world, you haven't seen anybody wearing anything this skimpy. Like, it is a tiny triangle bikini top and very tight little shorts.
I'm just thinking. First thing that's coming to his mind. Last time we saw someone wear that little, they were a barbarian of sorts. So that's what he's thinking. Assessing his target.
I mean, her booty could kill.
I just sensed something. I just wanted to double check with you, DM, before this gets too messy.
It's like, clearly she just has no intention of ever being hit.
Yeah, no. If humanoid is your favored thing, this also counts. I do have pit fighting rules though that we'll be
Okay.
following.
Yep. Okay. That's fine.
Cool.
Arashi sees her scarlet body is like, damn, she must be good. She's never been hit once.
Lace must just be bouncing off of her with how strong she is.
So yes, you are locked in, Arashi, and this Thunderdome looks at you from across and he goes, "Grrr."
I sort of look into the crowd to find Wicked trying to get cues of whether I should be growling back or doing something stupid like they are, because otherwise I'm just standing there.
You hear the crowd around you just erupting, going, Thunderdome, Thunderdome, Thunderdome. And you hear the sound, weirdly, of electric guitar startup in a very iconic halfling tune that seems very appropriate to this. And the crowd kind of stomps their feet. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na, thunder. You know, it's appropriate. So,
Wicked is gonna do like a a sentai pose, trying to prompt Arashi to mimic her.
So Arashi dabs. Just once. Boom. Then back to standing normal.
weirdly, the younger patrons of the crowd go crazy for it. They really like it.
Does Arashi know how to micro dab?
No, but after he's done that, he now feels dirty and he's shaking as he stands where he is.
The younger crowd goes wild as you just hear, yeah!
He's like, wow, now I need to get my ass kicked. I deserve this.
Yeah, I deserve to get my ass kicked now after that.
Okay, so as you're squaring up, there is a ref outside of the cage that blows on a whistle, and you watch as Thunderdome. Sorry, I'm just watching the saga that's happening in the chat.
It's going like mad.
They know you've got little dogs. Your neighbors know that you've got little dogs. So,
You should have accepted it and called it Dragon Dog.
yeah, exactly.
I've already called him Patch.
Of course you have. You've already named him. Okay, so you watch as Thunderdome pulls out some of his weapons. He's got a dagger in either hand, Arashi, and you watch as he's bouncing on his toes, shaking out his arms and his leg. He's going,
Duh. I wish I had my bow so badly. That's what Arashi's just thinking. Just
Shoot him in
straight
the
through the
face.
eye and get rid of this idiot.
you watch as this little halfling is dancing around you, like just starting to circle you in the ring, just making these turkey noises at you.
Okay, what do you need?
I need either a strength or a dex from you, sir.
Okay, it's going to be Dex. Just a straight up. It's not
Yep.
anything specific for.
Nothing specific.
Okay. Dex, normal.
You're kind of thrown by this environment, Arashi. Like, you're used to combat in rings and stuff like this, but none of this stupid spectacle that seems to be participated in. And as you do so, you kind of like get a little bit dazed, especially because you're under the bright lights. You've never had light this bright either to fight in. That you kind of don't notice it gets close enough, and he does slash at you a little bit, and you get a bit of a surface cut just in the outer area of your calf. Not enough that it's like cut anything vital or severed anything, but you do feel the sting as the blade rips through your pants. And as he dances away again, he's like, dances away. What would you like to
Okay.
do, Arashi?
So you like to stab things?
You hear the ref yell, "Round 1, Thunderdome!"
Round 1? I've had enough of this. I'm going to. Because I assume you're just rushing it, so there's no AC.
Yeah, no special attacks or anything like that. It's a versus kind of thing, and depending on how you do against it, depends on how severe your attack is and how many rounds you go, kind of
Roll
thing.
them bones.
Okay. Well, obviously, I will match him. I'll just pull out my size, one in each
Yep.
hand, which normally increases my AC, but
As you pull out the size, the crowd go wild seeing an exotic weapon.
yeah.
Wicked
'cause
has like those glow sticks that they use to cheer on idols in concerts. She's like
Roll me
striking
another
Ginyu poses.
Roll me another strength or dex, whichever you'd like to attack with.
I'm monk based, so I'll always go Dex.
Yep. As you do so, he gives another turkey cry, but you've kind of gotten used to his stuff right now. And as you do so, how would you like to hit him initially? Because you've kind of critically hit him, so this will be 2 rounds, basically.
Okay. Well, Arashi's annoyed. I'm not allowed to kill, but they never said anything about maiming. So I'm definitely going to ram that scythe through his arm to try and reduce his combat ability.
Yep. Are you going through the shoulder?
No, through his actual arm.
Oh, where on the
Yeah.
arm are we going through?
Probably you're going to get the most pain up towards the shoulder.
Okay, so you pierce through the muscle of the upper arm, and as you do so, it slices through like butter because this man's not wearing any armor or any shirts or anything like this. You slice through it like butter, and as you yank out, you kind of tear a huge chunk out sideways. He lets out a cry, and you watch as he kind of like seethes and he's like screams at you as he kind of darts away. As you hear a wet plop of flesh thrown across the arena. Arashi. You hear 2 rounds, Goldilocks. Would you like to go again, sir?
Absolutely. You know, you press your advantage while you can.
Yep.
Apparently not.
William just had a bit of a go.
Oh.
Come on,
Oh,
William.
oh, puppies. So Arashi, you kind of go to press the advantage, but because your opponent is so much shorter than you, you're used to hiding in the shadows and in mist and kind of using that to your advantage. So fighting under these bright lights, under this strange experience, even the squishy floor is a bit off, and you do stumble slightly as he darts forward with one of his daggers, and you feel him rake down the entire front of your shin, opening your skin right through to the bone, down to about your ankle. And you're dripping blood all over the floor. It's gotten quite slippery where you are, Arashi. Round 4, Thunderdome! And you hear a ding ding kind of thing of like final round. Want to go, Arashi?
Well, yeah.
Oh my god.
He slips in your blood, Arashi. How are you going to win this fight?
I'll just put my scythe through his collarbone, pin him to the ground.
You hear a cry of a scream of agonizing pain as you manage to pierce him through with your scythe and pierce him to the floor as the ref blows a whistle, and you hear the crowd go mental. They're starting to like scream, Goldilocks, Goldilocks. A few people are like screaming in like, oh my God, as they have just won big time. And the ref opens the cage and comes in and lifts your arm in the air, Rush, grabs your arm and lifts it in the air. You've never had this happen before. As the
If he grabbed me to lift my arm, I would break away and pretty much go defensive.
Wicked is
he
like
kind
waving her
of
arms wildly, trying to get your attention.
roll a perception to see if you can see Wicked in the crowd with his bright light in her eyes. You do. You can see Wicked being like, hello, no.
Yes, I'll like I would have like flung back, put a sigh to the ref's throat, and then I see Wicked in the corner. And like, oh, I put the sigh away.
You hear the ref say into his little microphone that he's got taped to like his chin. He's like, "Oh, it seems Goldilocks has definitely had his blood stirred. A little bit tense there, buddy." But you watch as the ring girl's pulled out your scythe, and Thunderdome's been dragged off as she cleans off your scythe and hands it back to you. And she lifts your other arm into the air, Arashi.
Wicked, with your attention, is gonna try get you to do a like Power Ranger Sentai pose.
I will
It's like, do this.
first
Like,
say
do
to
this.
first say to the lady next to me who cleaned my sigh and handed it back to me. I go, they're stainless. You just need to shake them. The blood will come off. You don't wipe them. And I will then see if I can try what Wicked's showing me.
Roll performance with advantage because Wicked's like doing the kind of action in the crowd. You kind of pull it off. It's a bit janky.
Well, hang on. What's the movement look like? Describe it. I guess either Craig or Dusty, whoever's
need to know what-
directing
yeah.
the movement.
So it's it's an arm. It's like the arms start off like up to their sides, like in fists. Then they whirl around. And like one arm. No, like they whirl around, like rotating around the head. Then they stop at the like one arm, like left arm over the head, right arm under the head, and like as sort of like as like parallel to each other.
Watching Andrew try to do this. None of you on stream can see this, but Andrew's sitting here trying to do the movement, and it's like watching a man trying to pat his head and rub his belly at the same time.
This is the opposite of
Arashi?
charades.
Arashi looks exactly like Andrew doing it.
You know what? That is absolutely fair. They think the crowd thinks it a bit odd, but you know what? This man's clearly an accomplished fighter, and he's made some of them very, very rich. As Wicked, you realize, if I've got this correct, and you can correct my math because it's math and it's me, I'm pretty sure you just made 2,000 credits? Correct?
Oh shit! This is exactly what I was trying to describe.
Well, I was never ever going to get there.
You were never gonna get there.
No, I was never going to get there. Not even fucking close.
But my math was right. Wicked's just made about 2,000 credits, correct? At a 100 to 1 win?
It
Please correct
was
me.
100 to 1?
Yeah.
Yes, it was 100 to one.
How much did
Shit,
you
I
put
wish I had
on it?
sent some money.
It's okay. Sabata's like, somewhere, I'm jealous of someone somewhere.
I'm also jealous. We're jealous together.
I'm only jealous because Wicked's holding the bow.
Yeah, well, not just that. Not only did Wicked win that money, the money that I'm supposed to be paid for my fights goes straight to Wicked as well.
He's also got 50
yeah.
bucks for Arashi's fight.
He only gets
As
paid
you,
50 gold?
he's a new fighter, but he'll get paid exponentially more for his next fight. But also his potential to win goes down.
Okay.
So the more money people can make off of him goes down because he's proving himself as a fighter. So the likelihood that he's going to win, it goes down further. So
Okay.
yeah, but
There's like 2 or 3 other people that like one's huge.
yeah, exactly. You just changed someone's life, buddy. So Arashi,
thing
you're
where
allowed out of the ring
99%
as
of
the
gamblers quit before they win it big.
you, Arashi, are let out of the ring as some cleaners come out to clean the blood off of the matting and dry it. As you're led back to your booth, as Virat comes over to you. As Virat comes over to you and looks at you, Arashi. Well, that went better than even I expected. You are quite the fighter, are you not?
Oh yeah.
You've made your friend very wealthy tonight. Depending on how
Oh
you
yeah.
go, would you be interested in a contract?
No.
He has other
Cage fighting is
obligations.
very lucrative.
Yeah, no, he
The
has
gr-
other obligations.
Oh, it is a pity. The great turtle smiles upon us, and clearly he smiles upon you.
I will drop in from when I'm available.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. Well, how many fights would you like to participate in this evening? If you like, 'cause this could be your only fight, and we can keep them wanting more. And the next time you are feeling so inclined, you can come back. We can put you on the roster. You will earn for your second fight, depending on how you do. You will earn 300 gold, and it will be at 50 to 1 to win.
Still
Well,
pretty good.
I think that's it for tonight. I mean, we have a few days.
Oh, if you are sure. You watch as he pulls out a device, and he puts in a number. He's like, "All I need is your account details, and I will send you your credits."
Can he get cash?
It is a bit more difficult, but I can organize cash if you would like. Give me a moment. Give you a moment. And he comes back with a little
Like swipe.
bag with 50 gold in it.
It's like swipes her brow. It's like she like swipes her brow. Like, phew.
He comes back and he
Alright.
hands Arashi 50 gold.
And then I instantly just hand that straight over to Wicked. All right.
So, as you collect your
Wicked makes
things
money.
and get your stuff back together, where would you guys like to head?
Before I go, I'm going to go through my pack, and I have a lovely satchel of powder that Sabata gave me a long time ago.
Mhm.
I pour that down my knife wound of my leg, and then I light it.
Oh.
Wicked's
the
watching
gunpowder.
you as you sprinkle white powder on your leg.
Black powder.
Black powder. Oh,
Ah,
God.
that powder. I thought it was.
No,
I
but
thought it was the mushroom powder.
no, but that's
No.
the powder.
Okay, no. Yeah, no, at this point, yeah, no. Wicked, you recognize gunpowder. He sprinkles gunpowder on his leg, and you watch as it goes, it fizzles, and you smell the smell of burning flesh.
But I could have just healed you, dude.
You take the druid who's a healer with you, and you cauterize the shit out of yourself.
Yeah, this happened last time, remember? Everyone's like, why didn't you just see a healer? Because I'm used to being on my own and healing myself.
Wicked's looking really confused, but
Well, I mean,
He's like-
you'll see his leg. Not that you've seen him without his uniform, but his leg certainly shows the fact it's not virgin territory. It is just covered in scar tissue.
yeah.
Are scars important to your culture?
No.
Okay, good. She'll like pat your leg and give you just a nice cure wounds. As a sort of a cool moss grows over some of your scars and then whizzes away, and see they're a bit more faded.
They're a bit
Thank-
more faded.
Though I do have. If you go to heal me again, I have a scar on my chest. I never want that one to go.
Scars never go.
That is a reminder of an important lesson I learned.
I'm familiar with that.
Well, now that that's done, should we go see what the others have broken?
Sure. Maybe we can pick up something to eat on the way.
Is there somewhere that just sells vegetables?
Oh, are you vegetarian?
No, I don't mind some meat. I'm just scared of some of the things that have been mentioned so far, food-wise.
Oh, I can find you a real good place. A place that only has the best choice cuts.
Very well. Lead the way.
So as you leave, I'm assuming Wicked, you also cash out and get your 2 grand.
Yes.
Your bank
I
balance rolls up exponentially.
I am at 2,622 gold.
And you've probably got you also got your paycheck still sitting at the Imperium as well.
Oh yeah,
Oh
when do you
yeah,
get
I have
those?
almost tripled my net worth with that bet.
So, meanwhile, across town, you, Sabata and Habaru, you have been at the would help if I can find my own places on the map. Nope, not today. The Obsidian Blade Blacksmith. And you've been kind of left to your own devices as uh
Would have said, "Hey to Eulith. Hey Eulith, we're gonna go borrow an anvil." Ka-chow.
all right, but do not bother me, okay?
No problem.
Do you mind if I silence the forge?
Yep. Yep. Go ahead, I guess.
Good, that way you will not bother my beauty sleep as you likely go all night. It would be nice one of these days if you found another way to spend your evenings, Habaru.
What can
Go
I
all
say?
night doing something else.
What can I say? I'm very passionate at night.
Not in the right way. You need a
But in
hobby,
my
a better
way.
hobby.
Ah.
And she kind of leans over. And your friend is weird.
He's fine.
I don't
Just
know
don't
where
give him
you
anything
find.
you don't want disassembled.
Wait, he likes taking things apart?
And putting them back together. He's not very successful at it sometimes, but he's likely to do it.
I have
I'm very
I have
good at putting
dozens
things back together. Thank you.
I have dozens of computers and circuit boards I need taken apart, and I don't want to do it myself.
Wait, what?
Can you let him keep maybe some parts?
He can take 25% of the parts.
Does that sound good, buddy?
Works for me.
There you go.
She points over to a stack of old computers and circuit boards and all sorts of straps and everything that are just like tangled and whatnot that she's just like, clearly it has been piling up. She just does not want to deal with it. Um, because it's fine work compared to like what she likes dealing with, which is essentially rendering parts, designs. Sabata, you are mildly interested as while she has a traditional forge, in one corner of the forge there is also a number of really large machines that seem to have spools of wire. And
Oh,
essentially what you're recognizing is a 3D metal printer.
well, he wouldn't recognize that.
He wouldn't recognize
Um,
that, but Clint would recognize that if I was to tell him what it was.
yes.
Yeah.
But Sabata actually has his own 3D printer.
Yeah.
How
So
does Sabata have a 3D printer?
He has a collapsible cube that he prints things when he's conjuring stuff.
Sabata recognizes this is a larger version of what
Yeah.
he's got, and he's weirdly, Habaru, he doesn't seem interested by the machine that can
It's very
apparently
big,
print
very,
armor.
it's very big, very bulky.
Oh, you don't care? I figured you would have been excited for this. The idea of 3D printing?
He takes his hat
Revolutionary.
off and he pulls out this little, like, it's almost like a little tiny glass cube. And he starts to expand it. See, I can use this here to make things. And he folds it back down into a little cube, puts it back in his hat.
You know, when you said you're the greatest inventor ever, you may not have been exaggerating.
Obviously not. I am the greatest inventor of all time. They probably stole these from my ideas.
I wouldn't know about that, but okay. Well,
Let's get to this.
yeah.
But first, I need something to do. I think I have the right thing for this. And he'll start conjuring up his new familiar.
Just real quick
So-
to help Sabata get done with the task of recycling computer parts, I'll help him organize stuff, but obviously because I don't know what to do. I
No,
won't
no,
be
no,
doing
no.
that.
Don't worry. I already have an assistant for that.
Oh,
What do you summon?
I summon a little mechanical Sabata.
You watch this little mechanical black cat
He
appear out
has
of
blue
nowhere.
coat. He has blue
like a
coat.
chibi version of
He's
Sabata.
it's
Little
just a smaller
chibi
version. It's like a little steampunk version of Sabata. This
in
is
a little
Sabato.
blue coat.
This is Sabato.
Sabato.
No,
Sabato,
Sabato.
yes. Sabato.
Arigato, Sabato.
Yes, it is.
Oh my god.
All right. You know what to do. Disassemble. Don't keep any bits for yourself. Bring them all to me. Thank you. And we'll just head off and start pulling things apart.
He starts
Okay.
making his way through this.
All right. What are we doing? He's got this covered.
I mean, we got the Tarrasque horn. I don't know what you
do
need to
want?
do
Do
to
you want the
enchant
thing
it.
to blow? Do you want me to make it into a gun? What do you want me to do?
And, into like a horn.
Into a horn. Okay. Now, what do you want this one to do?
I don't know. Make us healthier and enemies not healthy.
Okay. You could stab them with it. That makes them not as healthy.
Mahabharu will kind of shake the great sword that's tethered
Noise.
that's tethered to his hand. I already got that covered, the stabbing part. Also, that's a second project I want us to work on.
This is the
Is
first time, Sabata, that you've gotten a proper look at Habaru in some kind of like brighter light, and you start to clue into the fact that one, his hands are metal and they don't come off, and two,
Hello?
he shackled himself to a sword.
No, I shackled the sword to me, not myself to the sword. There is a difference.
But his hands are metal and they seem attached to him seamlessly. It's the first time you've actually got a proper look at them. What are you typing? Much
What is he
concern
doing?
is happening. I lost it.
Uh-oh.
Oh, yep, he
There he
did.
goes. Ladies and gentlemen, we witnessed the last seconds of him typing out that he lost internet. And he's back.
I missed all of that.
No, it's okay
We
because
were watching you type.
We're watching you type that you lost internet. We could see you doing it.
We could see your last moments.
The gist was given. This is the first time you've actually gotten to see Habaru's hands properly in the light, and you realize that they are seamlessly attached to his arms. They are solid metal. They seem to work perfectly like hands, but they're not chunky like a glove.
Who did this for you? This is very fantastic work.
You know how we use ether for a lot of
Power sources and such, yes.
power sources? Yeah, so when you get a lot of it in one place and you mishandle it.
So these are accidents?
Yes. Just like I was. My hands are also accidents.
I was going to
Way
say.
to call out that your parents you weren't planned baby. Explains so much.
So
yeah.
were your hands metal already, or you didn't have hands, or did they turn into
No.
this?
They turned into metal.
That is so
Ding
cool.
ding ding. He'll bang his knuckles together.
It's like
So
two tin cans hitting against
this
each
was
other.
originally flesh, but now
Mhm.
it's metal. So it's
Yes.
living metal.
Yeah.
Look, one day, can I get a sample of that living metal?
buddy, how are you going to get it off of me without just taking some tongs and banging part of it
I
out?
just want a little piece. I need a little piece. Don't
How
have
do
to
you?
lose a finger. I just give you a cool looking scar part. I just scrape some off.
Tell you what, I plan on getting a tattoo here. They'll probably have to like chisel into me a
Oh, give
little
me the
bit.
etchings. Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes,
As
definitely.
weird as this conversation is, yeah, I will give you etchings of my metal skin flesh.
Excellent. All right.
Uh,
Back to the horn. All right. So you
So-
just
that's the first thing I want us to make. I have a second thing,
yes.
which you'll notice I carry this greatsword with me everywhere. Which
It's an okay sword, but yes, continue.
stop talking. But I would like to essentially create a magical pocket space that I can just keep weapons or other key items inside of that I can summon at notice. Maybe using this chain, because it's already tethered to me.
Okay, so you want interdimensional port like my hat.
Yeah, but with a chain. Just a flick of the
Chain.
wrist, swords in hand.
Ah, so you want like a Swiss Army. Okay.
What's Swiss Army? What
It's
are
this guy on
Swiss?
you. Oh, no, his name is Swiss.
Yeah, you know, first name
Knife. He was
Swiss, last name Army.
Yeah, no, he was. His name was Swiss, and he started a short little army of people
No,
that were
Harmy
armed.
Knife was his last name.
Army.
No, Harmy
Harmy
knife.
Harmy Knife. Swiss Harmy Knife.
Yeah. And
He's
you
a
know,
he's a geese.
and there was a guy named Many Bothans in Star Wars who died to get the plans for the new Death Star.
Oh, that's sad. I never met him.
Yes, so sad. Many Bothans died.
Ah,
Yes.
that's sad. Poor Manny.
Yeah. Well, it was just one guy. It was his name. Many
That's what I mean.
Bothans.
Manny. MANNY. Manny.
Yeah, so tragic.
Okay. All right. So you want to be able to summon a weapon at the end of the chain by thought. Okay.
Mhm.
We may have to attach a cerebral enhancer to that. Yeah, we can work on this. Yes, most definitely.
Cool.
So basically, the handle will have interchangeable blades and attachments built in. Yes. And he starts scribbling all this down in his sketchbook.
So you start sketching away, getting to nerd out with Habaru over all of these things that he wants you to build and whatnot.
Or at the very least, enchant. I can forge whatever.
I can get you to do the main work, and I will do the put together stuff. Yes.
Yeah, I can just use my hands to forge. So if there's anything really sensitive that needs to be more delicate forged, I got the fingers for it.
Sure you do.
I did see a book on this. I think what was it called? A rod of really might or something, and you press buttons and it does special things like what turn into a maze.
Nope.
Turns into a sword.
Stop. Nope.
No, you
Ink.
don't want
Nope.
that.
I think we're talking about two different things here.
But you just said you wanted to attach to a chain, and it's a weapon to appear. Yes.
Yes.
So if you have this chain with just a handle on it, and then you can select whatever comes out of that handle is the weapon you want. Yes.
No, because I was thinking because I'm going to chant the individual swords.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. It's you want them to do. They do different things, but they're built into the handle.
So, do I still need to hold the handle,
You
or
don't
is the
want to
handle
hold?
also going to be in the pocket space?
Well, the handle. Don't you want it attached to the chain?
Right, but I was hoping that the end of the chain would also be in the pocket space. That way I don't have to hold the thing at all times.
All right, so you want the chain retractable, sort of. How about we get not on the chain? We get it to bond to your arm. If we make a bracelet, the bracelet or bracer attached to your arm, you flick your arm out, and the weapon comes out. We'll speedball this, yes. That way you
Yeah.
don't have to worry about the chain. It'll actually be stuck to your arm via the bracer. Yes.
And I still want the chain because the symbolism there is important for me.
You still can still have the chain. Does it have to be allowed? Do you throw these weapons?
No, I'm not
No.
going to be throwing these weapons.
No. So basically, you've got the bracer with the little chain on it, and you flick your arm out, and then the handle comes out, and then you grab the handle, and then you decide on which weapon you want. Yes?
Sure.
Okay. You start sketching again. This way, you can do it like you're not carrying a weapon. You're just carrying a bracer on your arm.
Yeah.
And then you flick your arm out. And the handle comes out. And you
The
choose
chain
the weapon.
appears.
Yes.
Okay. Because, yeah, the chain is actually very important.
How about we make the bracer look like a chain?
Yeah, that can work.
Wrapped around your wrist. Yes?
Yeah. It's just going to be metal on metal, so it's not like it's going to be
Yes.
uncomfortable or anything.
All right, that's how we do the chain design. The handle. Okay. This could take a little while to do. Do you have any special metal you want to use for this?
Do I want to use any special metal for this? No, I'm going to save that for something special. I'll show Sabata the chaos metal or the chaos ingots I got. This is
Okay.
chaos aligned. Like how bad would this fuck with the project? Or what will it do in use?
Let me have a look. I'll be fine. I'll use this. Any
Okay.
problem. I can work with this.
Okay.
And he'll start setting to work.
Okay. So as you are working away, and Arashi and Wicked are making their way over to you, Wicked and Arashi, you are on the monorail once again, heading away across the city because you knew that they were going to be at the blacksmith. Wicked, Habaru told you that. And you get off at the closest stop to the blacksmith. And as you guys are wandering across, you see that at the apex of this street, close to the blacksmith, there appears to be a cluster of people. There seems to be some tape cordoned off in this particular area. There seems to be a darkened slump on the ground, and a young woman in a large, dark kind of jacket with very loose flowing sleeves, long dark hair, and what appears to be a black hat. She seems to be kind of standing over it, and you're watching as she is seemingly drawing things away from this lump that's on the ground and almost knotting them in the air. Looks like did where are you? I gotta make sure I pick everyone. She looks like this.
Because we're tired.
Ah, white woman. Ah. Is that why we're gasping? Jump
White woman
scare.
jump scare.
Jump scare.
Yeah.
As you start to get a bit closer, both of you roll me a perception check, please.
All right.
Did you waddle away from your computer?
No, who? Me?
Yeah, you.
Don't know.
Perception.
Arashi, you're good.
17.
Okay. So Arashi, you can see perfectly in this
Before
low
you
level of light.
described it, DM, I have a quick question for Wicked. Did Dusty gasp? Did Wicked?
She did not gasp, but she has.
She may yet. That's why let me
Nice.
describe what you see.
Okay, just
Oh yes, perfect.
So, you both notice that this lump on the ground appears to be a dead body, and it does indeed have what appear to be these mushroom-like growths, almost like ink caps, just popping up everywhere on this corpse. You do notice in the air above it, it seems to have created a black void, like a little bit of a black hole situation. But this woman is pulling pieces of the inky void into her hands, and she seems to be knotting them together. And as it does so, she seems to be fighting with it, like unwinding, unmaking. And Wicked, you at least recognize some of this craft work as this is very much a craft work that only fate weavers, fate hags can do. Arashi, you kind of actually almost recognize it a little bit, but you haven't seen it in this reversing kind of scenario. You've seen it in a weaving to create a tapestry, like create future. So you've seen stuff build from it. This seems to be doing the reverse.
Alright. Well, these black inky caps, are they anything close to those little shadowy, mushroomy things saw in the forest?
No. These are just straight up mushrooms.
Well, for Arashi, someone doing magic, dead body, it's just another day. Unless Wicked makes some sort of noise.
Wicked has actually stopped making noise, which is which is honestly more interesting, probably.
Yeah, I imagine Wicked was probably chatting your ear off the entire way.
You explaining this. Let's see. What would it be? What would she have gotten you? A Philly cheesesteak sandwich. There we go. That's what she would have gotten you.
Solid milk with flesh.
Inside a nice crusty roll.
It is interesting, I won't lie.
It even has a little bit of a vegetable because this one has peppers in it, as in
Are you messing
capsicum.
with me? Did they really not have cheese back then? You're messing with me, right?
No, there was. My village didn't really. We did produce it in small amounts. We mainly lived on vegetables, fruits. There was some meat, but that was also limited. We did have a family of rocks, so we had very big eggs. That was always fun.
Oh. All right. Yeah, so she's chatting you up, and then she sees this
Do you stop?
witchcraft. Yeah, she stops like on a dime, like as if she was frozen in place.
I will then trace where you're looking and look over at that, and then I will instantly reach for my blade and go, "Are we in danger?"
Faster than you can even reach for it, she has your hand in hers. You've never seen her move that quick.
What do you want me to do?
Go in a different way.
Very well.
And she like just has her head down, enters away, and just like this takes a, I guess, a scenic route around this, what is happening.
It does mean going down a couple of different alleyways and, like, the long way around. But you do eventually come back around. So, like, she would have been here for you guys on the map, like at this intersection here, and you would have had to come round. You would have come off here. Oh, no, you would have come off like here, I think. And so you would have walked down thinking that you could just walk through here, but you've ended up having to come up through here, down the alleyways through here, and eventually in
I
to the
mean, I don't know
blacksmith.
if Wicked picks it up, but as we're walking away, I make sure that I'm between what's going on back there and Wicked. Always, I'm always using my body as a buffer between the two.
Wicked is dead silent. I don't
Rushing
think,
the bush.
were you saw how, no. Did you see how she reacted with the witch
With
queen? I
Habaru's
don't know.
sisters, yes, he would have seen a
Yeah.
couple of times, but he didn't know you well enough to know that it's not weird at that point.
Yes, okay. So it is a very similar air about her as she takes to avoid whatever was going on there. Avoid that woman.
All right. Well, as we're well out of sight or earshot of that woman, like a block, because you said we have to go like 2 blocks down and then around.
Kind of roundabout. You can make your way through a couple of alleyways and stuff, so you don't have to go all the way around the block. But
Oh yeah, Arashi has no problems with alleyways.
Yeah.
But when definitely well and truly clear, I don't need the details. But is it a foe or is it a fear?
A fear.
Very well.
Seems to be relaxing as it is gone now. Made distance.
No.
She
You
takes
alright?
she takes a reassuring bite out of her large Philly cheesesteak sandwich with extra jalapenos.
You're okay?
I am now. I could use a soak at the beach. Get some rays. Getting a bit late though. Maybe tomorrow.
Is there anything I can do to help in the future?
Maybe teach me how to hide better.
Very well. That shall be my goal while I'm here. I shall teach you our ways, so you may vanish.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
After our days off first.
I hope I get stabbed more.
Maybe. Alright, and we make
Okay.
our way.
You make your way. Okay, so on that note,
Making our way downtown.
you end up hearing chatting inside the blacksmith. Actually, no, you don't. It's completely silent as you reach the blacksmith shop because there is no noise emanating from inside. You notice as you enter through the threshold, silence seems to, like, that weird silence disappears as you hear chatting. You hear the sound of just chink, doo, ch-
Oh
doo, ch- as a
no.
little robot Sabato is working away in the corner while there's sketching and talking going on. And Sabata, you get this overwhelming, delicious scent of melted cheese that wafts across the space.
I'm suddenly very hungry. Be back in one moment.
You can finish this. I'll offer him the last half of my sandwich.
No,
Thank you,
that's
Reggie.
yours. We bought them their own.
Oh, we did?
I'll still eat his as
I
well.
did. Well, I did. She
Will
says
you-
she pulls out 2 sandwiches. Here you go. She hands one to Sabata. I didn't know exactly what you wanted, so I just got just extra of everything.
Just lots of cheese. Sorry, lots of solid milk for me, please.
It's very gooey, Sabata, but in the best possible way.
So he gets some of it stuck in his half whiskers.
When you're
Where's
handing it to Habaru, oh, you're doing it now. Sorry.
Yeah. Where's Habaru at? Where is he?
He's
Ooh,
standing
real
right
focused.
standing right
Yeah,
there.
don't-
He's just kind of staring at their drawings and stuff.
What's up?
Oh,
You
got
get
you a
handed a
sandwich.
Philly cheesesteak.
Oh, okay.
Woo,
Thank you.
this man did good. I
You do
won
see that
big.
you do see that Arashi's pants have a giant slash down the front covered in blood.
I can fix
You
him.
ever thought about getting a ring of thaumaturgy?
I mean, I can cast thaumaturgy.
Right, but for a practical assassin's sake, you kill someone, you get a little bit of blood on them, you're trying to disperse into a crowd. Oh no, I got blood on my pants.
I
No.
think you mean prestidigitation like this,
Yes. Excuse me, President.
and I'll clean it up.
I mean, the room's relatively inside, so it's not as super well lit, I'm assuming.
He just disappears.
I'm like, why do I need a spell for that when I just, do this?
He just
You
does
watch as
this
somehow he merges in
spontaneously.
with the shadows.
Right, but that's assuming there's always going to be shadows, though. I'm just saying, never hurt to be prepped.
I will come out behind Wicked and sort of have Harbour's line of sight and sort of give a head gesture to say, come outside.
As you are like about to pop up behind her, she turns around right as you pop up and gives a boop on your nose. Gotcha. As my
Good.
alert feat keeps me from being surprised.
Very well. First lesson, you've done well.
Unsure
Right.
about what that is about, Habaru. You enjoy your Philly cheesesteak, and as the group of you work on your lessons of sneaking and building horns of whatever the you're planning on building right now, that's where we're going to end tonight's session.
Woo!
Yay!
Hell yeah. Nice little downtime session. Hell yeah.
And maybe next week, the beach episode that we know that everyone is
Woo!
so excited for.
Don't like getting sand in my hair, my fur,
I mean,
and it's
sure,
too
it's
close
gonna
to
be.
water.
I have sand, so I can throw it and disappear. Yeah, fine. But have you seen how white Arashi is?
He is very white.
It's not going to go well for him.
I'm gonna be honest. I called you Goldilocks because I tried to look at your talk sprite, but there was an ad going on, so I just saw like a little tiny pixels of it, and it looked like he had blonde hair.
No, he's got white hair, and the other standout feature he has is like
Silver eyes.
metallic silver eyes.
So yeah.
Maybe they'll let us change it if you get famous enough.
He's exceptionally pale. So but either way, thank you everybody for tuning in and listening. We hope you enjoyed. We are usually back every Monday between 7:30 p.m. and 10:30 p.m. Australian Adelaide time, whatever that is in other parts of the world. I'm not checking it up right now, but we really, really enjoy having you here. We enjoy all of your input and everything, even if you are like just catching the end. Action Surger, should I say? I don't know why I read that as burger. I apologize.
Dark
Yes,
name.
wonderful having you here.
That's why.
But yes, we will be back next week for more shenanigans to see whereabouts this goes. Anyway, hope you have a wonderful rest of the week. Drink plenty of water, get plenty of rest, take your medication if you need it, and look after yourself and those around you. And we will all see you next time. Bye, guys.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Anyway.